Good morning, afternoon everyone. Welcome to my channel. You don't need another year to pass. You need one decision. Because the truth is, your life won't change just because the calendar does. It'll change the moment you decide to stop living on repeat. To stop surviving and start becoming. To finally look in the mirror and say, this is the year I stop playing small. This is the year I rise. Not because it's easy, not because you're ready, but because you've had enough of wasting your potential. Watch this every day. Not for motivation, but to remind yourself of the beast you really are. Because 2025 won't change your life, you will. Have you ever felt like everyone else is ahead of you, like time slipped through your fingers while you were still trying to figure life out? If so, you're not alone. Every single person who's ever achieved anything great has had a moment when they thought, I'm too late. But let me tell you something powerful. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. 2025 is not your deadline, it's your reset. The world conditions us to believe that success has an age limit, that you should have it all figured out by 25, that if you're not wealthy, married, fit, and wildly accomplished by a certain age you've failed. But that's a lie. Success doesn't care about your age. Growth doesn't run on a schedule. And the clock you're comparing yourself to is not even yours. Think about a seed buried underground for weeks, maybe even months. There's no sign of life above the soil. But beneath the surface, that seed is doing something incredibly. It's building roots. It's preparing for growth you can't even see yet. That seed isn't late. It's just underground, quietly preparing for a breakthrough. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've spent the last few years battling depression, poverty, self-doubt, heartbreak, or failure. And the world didn't see what it took to just survive. But that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been building roots. You're not behind. You've been preparing. You don't need to catch up to anyone because the only person you're in competition with is the version of you that refused to try. Stop comparing your path to someone else's highlight reel. Some people started with a head start. Some people had privilege. Some had resources. Some had support systems. You had pain. But pain builds strength. That privilege never can. This is your time to realign, not rewind. 2025 is a clean slate, but only if you choose to wipe off the regrets, the guilt, and the lies you've believed. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start with what you have, where you are. The best time to begin was yesterday. The next best time is right now. And let me remind you, nothing great was ever built in comfort. You may not have the perfect conditions. You may not have full clarity. But clarity comes from action, not thought. Every step you take will reveal the next. That business idea you keep overthinking, start it messy. That body you want to transform, start with one workout. That confidence you want to rebuild, start with one small win today. That you don't need permission. You need conviction. Success is not a big dramatic moment. It's 1,000 small silent choices. The decision to get up when no one's watching. To try again after failure. To keep going when it hurts. Those moments don't make headlines, but they make heroes. So hear me clearly, you're not behind. You're just beginning, and beginnings are sacred. They hold all the power of potential. They hold the magic of a blank page. The future isn't decided yet, and you hold the pen. But you've got to stop waiting for life to get easier or more certain. The version of you that you're trying to become. They're not waiting, they're working, they're failing forward. They're building momentum, one imperfect step at a time. 2025 isn't about watching life pass you by. It's about finally stepping into the arena because you're not late to your life. You are right on time for your transformation. So stand up, start small, and write your story. This is only chapter 1, and what comes next, that's up to you. Pain. It's the one thing we all try to avoid, the one feeling we run from. But what if I told you that pain isn't the enemy? That it's not trying to destroy you but to transform you? Pain is a message, a wake-up call. It's the alarm clock of your soul saying, something must change. And while comfort may make you feel good, it rarely makes you grow. Pain, on the other hand, is the fire that forges strength, discipline, and clarity. Think about your lowest moments, the betrayal that crushed you, the failure that embarrassed you, the loss that left you breathless. Those were the moments you met your true self, because pain doesn't lie. It doesn't sugarcoat. It reveals what's broken and dares you to rebuild stronger. Most people waste their pain, they numb it, run from it, drown it out with distractions, addictions, or silence. But the most powerful people in this world, they leaned in, they listened, they turned their wounds into wisdom. You were not meant to break and stay broken. Pain comes into your life not to paralyze you, but to prepare you, to show you who you are when everything is stripped away. That's where real character is born, not in celebration, but in crisis. 2025 is the year you stop avoiding your pain and start understanding it. Because every painful experience carries a lesson. Every scar has a story. And if you can find meaning in your suffering, you'll never be a victim again, you'll become a warrior. Let this be the year you flip the script. When life hits hard, hit harder. When people hurt you, heal louder. When everything feels like it's falling apart, see it as everything falling into place. Not because it's easy, but because you're ready. Pain is the proof that you're still alive. It means you care. It means something matters. So don't shut it out, choose it. Turn that pain into power. Turn it into drive, into discipline, into a reason to rise. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real people who have been through fire and still chose to love, to hope, to try again. So if you're hurting right now, know this: you're not weak. You're becoming. Every tear, every struggle, every moment you almost gave up but didn't, that's you growing. That's you preparing for everything you asked for. And when the pain comes again, and it will, you'll remember this isn't the end. This is the making of a legend. Let your pain teach you, not trap you. Everyone wants freedom. Freedom to live on their own terms, to travel, to succeed, to create the life they imagine. But very few people are willing to do what freedom actually requires: discipline. The truth is, discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's not about punishment, it's about power. The power to control your time, your habits, your mind, regardless of how you feel. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when things are easy, but disciplined, that's the warrior that shows up when you're tired, unmotivated, and full of doubt. Discipline doesn't care how you feel, it cares about what you committed to. If you only work when it's easy, you'll never be great. But if you work when it's hard, when no one's watching, when your body aches, when your mind wants to quit, that's when you separate yourself from the average. Every champion, every icon, every leader has one thing in common: they mastered themselves. They showed up when they didn't want to. They trained when no one clapped. They did the boring things, the hard things, the painful things over and over again. That's what discipline is. It's choosing your future over your feelings. It's choosing to rise instead of rest, choosing to push instead of pause. And the more you choose it, the stronger you get. You won't always feel like it. That's normal. But you don't need to feel ready to get started. You just need to move. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Discipline is freedom from regret, from guilt, from missed opportunities. When you do the work today, you don't wake up tomorrow drowning in shame. You wake up proud, focused, and ahead. This year, build habits that don't depend on how you feel. Design a system that runs when motivation fails. Structure creates freedom, and discipline is the engine that makes it run. So stop waiting to feel inspired. Be your own inspiration. Show up for your future self. And let 2025 be the year you become unshakable. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people don't want to see you grow. They want to keep you small, comfortable, familiar. They don't cheer when you rise. They question, they drain, they distract. And if you're not careful, you'll let their noise become your narrative. 2025 must be the year you learn to protect your peace ruthlessly, because your energy is your currency, and the wrong investments will bankrupt your potential. Too many people keep toxic relationships alive because of guilt, because of shared history, because they're afraid of being alone. But you weren't born to stay stuck. You were born to evolve. And not everyone gets to go with you. If someone doesn't respect your time, your dreams, your growth, they don't get to stay in your space. Set boundaries, say no, and stop apologizing for prioritizing your purpose. Protecting your energy also means managing your inner world, the voice inside your head, the way you talk to yourself, because your self-talk becomes your self-image. And if you're constantly doubting yourself, criticizing yourself, tearing yourself down, you'll never believe you're worthy of more. This year, clean house, internally and externally. Let go of the relationships, habits, environments, and thoughts that make you feel heavy, and replace them with what fuels your fire. Read more, scroll less, move your body, eat with intention, sleep with purpose. Surround yourself with people who speak life into your dreams, not doubt. Your future demands a focused version of you, a clear version of you, and that only comes when you remove the noise. You don't have to be available to everyone. You don't have to explain yourself. You just have to decide your peace matters more than people pleasing. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because your future does. You become what surrounds you. Your environment isn't just the place you live, it's the energy you breathe, the people you talk to, the ideas you consume, the standards you normalize. Too often we underestimate how powerful our environment is. We want success, but we're stuck in rooms full of excuses. We want to grow, but we're surrounded by people who never push beyond average. Your goals can't survive in a climate of complacency. In 2025, upgrade your environment like your life depends on it, because it does. If you're always the smartest, most driven person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Get around people who challenge you, not coddle you. People who make you uncomfortable in the best way. Your habits are shaped by what you see daily. If your surroundings are cluttered, so is your mind. If your circle is negative, you will absorb it. But when you intentionally place yourself in high-vibe, high-standard spaces, transformation becomes inevitable. This doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means being intentional. Who gets your energy? Who gets your time? What kind of content are you feeding your brain every day? Are you living in a space that inspires you or drains you? Rearrange your life like a garden. Uproot the weeds, dead relationships, old stories, limiting beliefs. Plant new seeds, books, mentors, creative routines. Water the habits that serve you. Give them sunlight in the form of consistency. Your environment should reflect your ambition. Build a space physically and emotionally where your future self would thrive. It's not about perfection. It's about alignment. The moment you clean up your surroundings, you'll notice a shift inside. You'll think clearer, feel lighter, act faster. Because now, everything around you reflects who you're becoming. Protect your space like your soul lives there, because it does look around you. Your life right now is a reflection of your daily habits, not your goals, not your dreams, not your intentions, your habits. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your systems. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be fit, rich, focused, and powerful. But very few are willing to commit to the small, repetitive, daily behaviors that make those things real. Why? Because the results are invisible at first. But remember this: what you repeat, you become. You become the person who hits snooze, or the one who gets up and attacks the day. You become the person who makes excuses, or the one who pushes through discomfort. You become the person who says maybe tomorrow, or the one who starts right now. The difference between success and stagnation, it's not talent, it's not intelligence, it's habit. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. And the scary truth, you're always casting votes. With every hour on your phone, with every skipped workout, with every bite of junk food, every ignored task, every just this once. But here's the power. You can change your votes. You can write a new story, starting today. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to change one habit, then another and another. One push-up becomes a workout, one chapter becomes a book, one clean meal becomes a new lifestyle. The compound effect is slow, but it's real. And yes, it's hard at first, but so is staying stuck. So is living a life filled with regret. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop chasing perfect plans. Start mastering your habits, because your habits, not your hopes, will build your future. The world is loud with opinions. You'll hear people tell you what you can't do, who you'll never be, what you'll never accomplish. But the most dangerous voice isn't theirs, it's yours. The way you talk to yourself in silence will shape your destiny. Louder than any outside noise. Think about it. If someone else spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, would you tolerate it? If they said, "You're not good enough, you're a failure, you always mess it up," would you call them a friend or an enemy? And yet, that's what you tell yourself daily. Here's the truth. You're always becoming the words you whisper in the dark. If you say, "I'm too broken," you live like you're beyond repair. If you say, "I can't change," you stay stuck in the version of yourself that's hurting. If you say, "I'm not meant for more," you'll never chase it. But what if instead you said, "I'm not done yet, I'm still learning, I'm stronger than I was yesterday"? What if you talk to yourself like someone you believed in? That's not ego, that's survival. Because in the moments when you want to give up, your voice is the last thing that can pull you back. The world might not believe in you right now. That's okay. What matters is that you start believing in yourself before anyone else has to. Don't wait for external validation. Become your own biggest supporter. Hype yourself when no one claps. Encourage yourself when no one sees you. You have to build a voice that speaks possibility, not limitation. And the more you speak like a warrior, the more you become one. You've made it this far. That means you've survived heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, self-doubt, fear, and failure. You're still standing. So don't let 2025 be just another year you survived. Let it be the year you finally thrive. But here's the catch. The year won't change your life. You will. We wait for January 1st like it's a reset button. We treat New Year's like they carry magic. But truthfully, no year has ever changed anyone. Only decisions do, and right now in this moment you can make one. To stop waiting. To stop apologizing for your potential. To stop playing small so others feel comfortable. You don't need permission to become great. You just need courage. Yes, you'll stumble. You'll doubt yourself. You'll fall and question the path. But the difference between winners and everyone else is that they get back up every single time. This year will not hand you success, but if you fight for it, build for it, commit to it, it will reward you with transformation. Start showing up for yourself like your future depends on it, because it does. Wake up with a purpose, train like you've already won, learn like you're about to be tested, speak like someone whose words build worlds, love like someone who believes they deserve it, move like the person you're becoming. 2025 isn't your escape, it's your battlefield, and you're ready, so stop waiting for signs. You are the sign, you are the answer, you are the one. This is your year. If you claim it, now you've heard it all. Not just words, but a challenge, a call to rise. Not tomorrow, not next month. Now, because 2025 isn't waiting for you. No one's coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not luck. It's on you. And that's the best news, because you're stronger than you think. This is your permission slip to rewrite everything. To become unrecognizable to the person you used to be. To stop chasing comfort and start chasing greatness. You have survived every worst day. Now it's time to build your best one over and over again. So wake up early, work in silence, stay consistent when it's boring, protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Speak to yourself with power, walk into every room like you belong there. And when fear shows up, don't run, Stand taller. You were born with fire. Don't let the world dim it. 2025 can be your breakthrough year if you choose to fight for it. And every time you feel lost, come back to this message, because the blueprint is here, and the rest, that's up to you.